Kens5 Eyewitness News starts now.
Good Saturday morning. Very good. Well, live in the studio, how to fuel up for a great summer with protein-rich beef when we come back. In the Kens5 kitchen, summer activities such as hiking, swimming, and volleyball, they can all be fun, but a little bit tough if you're low on energy.
That's right. So protein-rich foods you can easily prepare at home can help you stay fueled throughout the day. Joining us now, we've got Jennifer Fisher with the Texas Beef Council. Good morning to you, Jennifer.
Hey,
good to have you here.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me again. Yes, I'm here to talk about how you can get a lot of energy to chase your kids around the water park
Right.
or the pool or the lake or whatever. I know there's so many things I love to do outdoors, but when I'm tanking on energy, I just don't want to do them.
Especially
Right.
with the heat.
With
I
the
feel like
heat
your
really
energy
gets
just
to you.
drains.
So protein, beef, any kind of protein really is a great way to get that sustaining energy through the day. And grilling, I can't think of a healthier way to cook a meal than grilling, because not only can you put your proteins on the grill and not add any fat, but any vegetable, fruit, you can literally grill anything on the grill. But anyway, we're doing a sirloin steak today.
Okay.
And I've got it started. And I'm going to give you the quick 1-minute grilling lesson. You want to bring your clean grill up to 400 degrees. And a quick way to find out if you're at 400 degrees is to put your hand 4 inches, I call it the 400, 4
right.
inches over the grates. And if you can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, then that means it's
perfect.
400. It's
Okay,
perfect.
great.
Okay, so we're at 400, and we have just a sirloin steak. It's so versatile. It's one of those cuts that you can just throw on the grill at a moment's notice because it doesn't need marinade. It's already tender, and it's also very lean, 6.5 grams of fat per 3-ounce serving. So I just season with salt and pepper. Nothing fancy, just a little salt. I've already done this, but I say more can't hurt, and we're going to do
A little bit more.
yeah, a little bit more, and we're going to do about 5 minutes. And the steak's going to talk to you, and it's going to tell you when it wants to come off the grill. My kids think I'm
So
crazy.
what will it say?
It will say the juices. You're going to see juices come up to the top, and that means it's about ready to be flipped. And also, when you take your tongs and you start to pull, if it's sticking to the grates and you know you cleaned your grill, that means it's not caramelized yet and it wants to be on there a little bit longer.
okay.
But this one's ready to flip, so we are going to turn him over, her over, and keep that going. And we are going to want to keep cooking it for a few more minutes. And I always use a meat thermometer to know when my meat is done. And I like medium rare. And so medium rare is 145 degrees. But when you put this in, I let it come to 135, because then when I take it off, you always have to let your meat rest.
Right.
Because it keeps cooking for a
keep
few
it-
more minutes,
yeah.
and it keeps the juices in. So like if you cut right away, all the tenderness just gushes out, all that liquid.
So you're talking about the temperature for medium rare. Is there a cutoff temperature? You have to cook it to at least this to be safe.
For ground beef,
Yeah.
always 165, but for full cuts of meat, you can do, 135 and above.
Okay.
So medium rare is 135 to take off the grill, and it rises to 145. But anyway, so here we go. We have one that's
you have
already
it.
cooked,
Okay.
and you want to cut across the grain. And again, sirloin's so versatile because you can just cook several steaks in advance,
Sure.
and then voila, meals for the week, the day, whatever. So I've got a salad. You can do your favorite vegetables, cheeses, and crunchy
I love
toppings.
the sweet potato.
The
That's
sweet
great.
potato, so many nutrients
Tacos.
there. And taco, fajita, breakfast taco, you could do whatever you want. Favorite seasonal fruits, and just, I want to again say protein. Beef has so many great nutrients,
Yeah.
iron, zinc, helps your immunity.
Zip. I've always,
Zip.
I've
Yeah,
always
you
been taught-
learned that in
you guys,
school. Good
you
for
actually
you.
learned that. I didn't learn it from you. I
good
learned it
job,
from
Gary.
y'all.
From us,
But
yeah.
you know what? You talk about how you can use the steak the next day in the breakfast taco.
Yes.
So once the steak is cooked, you put it in your refrigerator. How many days can it stay in the refrigerator before you can't eat it anymore?
A steak, I would say a good rule of thumb would be like 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Anything with, ground beef, a little less, especially if you haven't cooked it yet. It's the most perishable because it has the most cuts
Right,
in
right,
it.
right.
So,
Makes sense.
but a few days. I always err on the side of caution anyway. But,
Me too.
But I have 3 teenage boys, so we don't really have leftovers. So
Exactly.
you may be asking the wrong person.
Thanks so much for
Thank
coming on
you.
the show and telling
Thanks.
us about this. We'll be right back, but for more tips on beef, visit texasbeef.org. Stay with us.
in with the humidity.
Yeah, and just as we mentioned before we went to break, if you're out there out and about, you know, you need some extra energy to fuel you and get you going through the day. So we have the Texas Beef Council here, and you made some awesome dishes. I was eating some of the watermelon, but I think I want to try some of the steak here in the salad. This looks really good.
I just kind of stick my hand in there.
dig it?
You're a lot more appropriate than I am. Steak. It's a good way to stay hydrated.
Very good. So give us your little tip one more time. You said 4 minutes.
Okay. To know if your grill's ready to grill, if you're hot enough, you want to do 4 by 400. Put it 4 inches over the grates, and if you can count to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're good.